high time we got started.
Oh, you nailed it. Oh, my God. Woohoo. You're really blazing up the jokes here this evening, aren't you?
Yes, I'm on fire.
Oh, my God. You're
Yes.
literally on fire. Happy holidays to everybody here around the world. I don't know. Is it actually an official holiday? Do you know?
I don't
How
think
many
it's
people, when you were at work
official.
today, knew about it? Did it feel like most people were joking or talking about it?
There wasn't a lot of chat going on. I said that we were going to have a couple of beers that were 420 related, and the couple people that I mentioned that to knew what I was talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you're like, as your manager, that is correct answer. No,
That's right. That's right.
How's everybody doing? It is Thursday. This is the most on time we have literally, I think, ever been. We were practically 2 minutes early. So I don't even know what to do with myself right now at this point. I feel
You're getting
like
bonus time with About Beverages.
Yeah. And that would be,
time.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And yeah, like he said, we're both About Beverages. We're going to have some different things this evening. We're having a cider again.
Correct.
Because did it actually show up again this week? Is it just coincidental, or did you have them both last week and you picked one and now picked another?
So we had the one that we had last week, the blackberry pear,
which was delicious, the Emerald City from Schilling's hard cider.
And we don't get a lot of beer/cider options at the store, it seems, anymore.
You said it's dwindled a little bit.
Things have dwindled, and so but we like to feature things, especially if it's something that is good, and those ciders sell.
We like to fit.
We like to fit. So I had said
like
to
to
the
feature
person
trash.
that was ordering, I said, you know what, we should order a stack of that cider. It sells, and it's really, because we'd already sold out of it by the weekend.
The Emerald City?
Yeah, I'd only ordered, I think, maybe three cases. So it wasn't like we sold. It was a lot that we sold out of, but it was gone.
Were you selling that
And
by
so-
the case or by
by
the
the
single?
six
I know
pack.
you guys will do the single though
Yeah,
too, right?
by the 6-pack.
Okay.
And so I said, well, let's get let's get 10 of those, the seasonal from Schilling, and a new seasonal showed up. So it's a new season already.
So that's what showed up to the store, was you thought you were getting more of the other
I thought
one.
I was getting more of the blackberry pear. Yeah,
That's
so
all
we
right
got
then.
we got the big Zesty.
That is all right. Happy Thursday podcast. Early too, Baker. It is good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Yeah, should we just get right into drinking?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I'm not against that at all.
Let's
reach into the
'Cause
About
we have to
Beverages
get to
beer, the fridge over here.
the beverages that are actually more of a celebratory nature for today. The whole 420 thing.
It's true. When I think of that, I also think of probably Earth Day, and I think of
That's Saturday, right?
Friday or Saturday or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
I
I
think
think of that
Saturday.
kind of. So fresh roasted apples and things like that, or whatever, harvested
Sure.
apples, I should say, like ties into it. All ties in.
Sure, and guava, and it's called the Big Zesty. I know there's guava, strawberry or raspberry. I don't know. There's something else in
It's
there.
guava lemonade.
Oh, lemonade.
It just says guava lemonade. This is their big foray into the guava lemonade, the big guava lemonade market that you hear so much about. Will the
Everyone's
button
a
work
buzz.
this week? No, it never is going to again. I'm just going to scroll down and boop, there it is,
There
right
it
there.
is.
Look at that koala.
I know. So many people just like the koala bear.
Bringing all of his, what is it? They're like kind of like a sick animal though, aren't they? Like aren't they just like a disease? Like they bring a lot of herpes and gonorrhea and things like that.
Wow.
I'm serious. Like it's like syphilis or like hepatitis. What is it? The koala. It's a dirty animal.
The filthy koala. No.
Koala, I probably shouldn't type koala dirty into a search engine, but chlamydia. That's what it is.
Pete,
I always forget what it is.
He dances for nickels. Pete, you got some customers.
Baker in chat changing the subject off of chlamydia.
One of the one of the originals.
That's right. So their diet is toxic. Baby koalas eat their mother's poop, and koalas have chlamydia. Yeah, let's put that on a can, right? That sounds like everything we'd want.
I don't think, but I didn't. I had no idea about that.
I always just hear people say that, and I've had that same conversation. I think it's come up because of all the times, when you're on Twitch, people have a lot of facts. Okay. Sometimes not actually facts, it's internet facts. So you check those things out. And I know that's come up before with koala stuff. And also people are like, well, they're pretty, I was like, really? And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, they spread this. And I'm like, Jesus, God, everything in Australia is trying to kill you.
Do you remember
That's all I can say.
How I Met Your Mother episode with the Will Forte character? The guy who made the beer Warmpus?
No.
And Barney's trying to help him pick up women, and they bring up koala bears, and he's like, oh, he's the foremost expert on koala bears. He's like, tell us some koala bear facts. And Will Forte says, their meat is delicious. It's just so creepy.
Wow. Okay. Too bad he didn't bring up any of these facts.
Yeah, I should have brought those up.
Would have been
instead.
equally as
actual
interesting.
facts.
That is so disgusting. Time to celebrate. It is time to celebrate. So yeah.
Well, Baker lost her glass from.
It'll show back up.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, people.
I know. I
my
like people when they have their glasses.
Oh my God. But see,
I know
now
I
you've
need
said something. You realize what you've done.
Oh, I do now.
It's fine.
It's there.
It'll
Okay.
come.
All right.
I don't know why it does it. That's very much a Twitch thing. Every once in a while, like the little logo thing will like go away and then come back.
I have to resub. Use the Prime sub for Pocket. So
Oh, nice. Okay.
got to get that done. I don't
Didn't
know
you
if
buy
here's
some
my-
subs too at some point? You had the coins.
We-
like you
we-
bought coin like subs.
We
or something.
did a while, back. But then now that we actually have the Prime,
Yeah.
we
still have
so we
those
still
too. If
have
you
that,
ever
so-
want to use those for other people.
But I think she used all those up. So
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Those are done.
So guava lemonade.
Okay.
Big Zesty. This is their bold entry into the new world of lemonade ciders, is what their website says. I like both of those things. I love the shilling ciders that we've had so far. Kind of rosé in color.
Yeah, it
actually,
is.
almost.
Well,
This
one of the ingredients is, I think it's purple carrot juice or
oh,
purple beet or something. And there's an ingredient on there for, like Trader Joe's uses a lot of that kind of stuff for natural coloring of their like
more
gummies
booze
and
equals
things.
more calories. That was your thing you were talking about
Yeah.
earlier. I think it's ingredients: hard cider made with fresh pressed apple juice, guava puree, and natural flavors. Purple carrot juice for
There we
color.
go. Purple carrot juice. Yep.
Purple carrot juice.
So just now on the most recent sips, I'm getting the lemon, but at first it smelled a lot like a beer to me. First
the aroma
light
to me, the
aroma.
guava really comes through. Like I thought the lemon was really going to come through, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess there's guava in there, but it's the reverse. There's plenty. Like I definitely that's guava.
I'm getting more of a distinction now, but initially my first overall assessment of the aroma as a whole, I was like, IPA? That was odd. Now now there's more of a differentiation.
Guava,
The
apple,
lemon's at the end.
lemon. Yeah, the lemon is kind of the lemon is surprisingly kind of at the back.
Yeah.
A little bit at the back burner on that. That's good. That's really balanced. That's nice. I would have liked actually a little more lemon, I think.
Yeah.
I like the other two flavors, but when
Yeah.
I had in my head, when
Ooh.
I kept seeing lemonade, I was like, okay, it's gonna be a little tart maybe,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be that like what you normally. But again, not having had many of these,
It's
also
at
could
the
be
end
not
there.
ready for expectations.
It does bump up a little bit there at the
A
end.
little
but
bit, not like I said, not I don't think quite as much as what I was looking for. That's good though. I like it. I think I like the one last week better, the blackberry pear.
Yes, I do too.
But that's still, I mean, that's nice and refreshing. Like so that's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
6.9% alcohol. I wonder how long does it? I think this is seasonal, like you said, but I'm not seeing.
We did their
Sometimes they'll say
Cider
monthly.
one. Yeah,
They'll
usually
say like, oh, it's
often
from the,
you'll find that.
I
But
saw Oktoberfest were already coming out. You know, it's that time of year. Yeah, I took a trip to Total Wine today. Got a few things. Some of them we may have on a future podcast, but yeah, was lurking around looking for stuff. Actually, one of the things I got there we will have on today's podcast.
Yep.
And thankfully, because it was only out by a month, because it's a brand new brewery to us,
Yeah,
at least. So
never
we're very
heard of
excited to
them.
try that. Ties right into the things going on today, as silly as it is. It'll tie into that. But yeah, did a little bit of lurking around looking for stuff. I did wind up buying one of the barrel bourbons, that Vantage that I had talked about. That's one that I had really enjoyed when I had it before.
Okay.
So when I eventually open that up, we'll probably podcast on that as well. So you can at least maybe have a slightly better barrel taste in your mouth.
that was yeah. I mean, we did what we made our best guess.
Best
based
guess.
on
Well,
our-
we didn't have Scott.
We did.
Scott was not there. I forgot what the other guy's
He would have
name
been
is.
like,
I haven't
"Oh,
seen
no."
him in a while.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name. There's another guy there that was always very nice. Haven't seen him, so it was a little bit of a letdown. I was out. It is both of our parents' birthdays this week.
Yes.
And within a week's time.
apart.
Within
Yes,
a week's
1
time.
week apart.
So we're having some celebrations in the next few days. So going out and getting cards and things like that is always a fun experience. Like looking for stuff. But specifically, I noticed something today when you're looking for a card for, and not just my dad, but any dad.
Dads. Okay.
Birthday cards. They either think you're 6, or they think that like you're that like that. I don't ever talk to my dad and we don't see each other very often, but I love you anyway. And we never said it and we never got it. And I know that is like, these things are certain parts of the population for sure. But there's like a middle ground that seems to be is very much missed. And I'm like, well, I'm not 5 and I'm not going to talk about balloons and candy and riding on your back. And then the next one is like, again, like I don't see you for years.
Wish I saw
and
you.
we've never said I love each other. Like, all this kind of, and again, those relationships are out there. But it's like, where's the in between? Like,
we got to cover the whole spectrum there.
Yeah, it's like, like I said, I felt like when I'm looking for a card for my mom, like I said, it's it's like, oh, there's a variety of like, oh, that's good, or there's lots of different options. Whereas like, Dad, it's these 2 windows, and it's like my window is like yeah, it's glad to see you. I'm like, I'm glad you're in my life. Like all these kind of things. Yeah. It's like, it's not there. There's also, and then there's like another, like, I guess quarter of that then that is like religious, which is also not me. So then everything's like, you are like the Jesus God I never knew. And whatever, if a saint was put here on earth to save me from the evils of the world, and like, that's not me either. Yeah. So it's like, where's this other middle ground?
You're not falling into any of those slots.
Yeah. I don't know if you've discovered that when you've gone out at all or noticed that, but
I haven't.
It really hit me today. I was at a Hallmark store too, where I try and get the biggest variety. I'm like, okay, I don't go there as often. So it's like, okay, these would be cards I haven't seen. And it's amazing too. Like the section for, you can tell what the card industry knows where their butter is breaded or something, like their bread is buttered. I don't know, whatever it is, whatever the saying is. You can tell that they know, because like the mom section is like about 3 walls of this room, and the dad section, I couldn't find it at first. I was like, well, I see nephew, I see husband. I went around the corner, and then like finally it was like, oh, here's this section about like this wide. It's like
the dad section.
A quarter. Yeah, exactly. The father is always forgotten. So yeah, it was it was humorous having to look around today. It's like, huh.
Just get a blank card and write your own sentiment.
That's also a good, solid option. They always
we
have those.
don't, what was it, the Jerry Seinfeld thing? We have absolutely no idea what to say. You do it. You take it.
Yeah. I almost thought it'd be funny. I think I texted Joe today. I was like, I almost got a card that was all in Spanish, and I was gonna give that to him and claim that it was in English. Just so he'd see it and be like, I'm having trouble. I'm like, it's in English. Can't you read it? Yeah. And then have like, Alana walk over and just be like, oh, it says, hello, thank you, Dad. Appreciate it. And actually, with what little Spanish I could remember, when I read the card, I was like, actually, this might be the best card I've seen. This might actually be the best one. I should literally take a picture of this, translate it.
Yeah, we'll just give him your phone with the app, with the translation app on it. Or do that. Take a picture of that and write it on there.
That would have been outstanding. Give him that card and hand him a phone. He's like, what? Like, just to hold this in front of it, it'll translate it for you. There was some man. Some man that did not, they put a card not in English, and these words touched my heart more than anything I saw that was in English. That's all I'm going to say. It was an option. It was a solid option. But yeah, got some of that stuff done today, like the Total Wine. I used some of my gift cards today, like I said, because I bought that.
What's the one you're looking for? One too, right?
Well, they still don't have it, so okay. I don't think
Whistle
they're going to get
60 year.
No, yeah. Oh God, they have a Whistle Pig 18, which I still could almost afford. But now, like I said, I don't know. Like I feel like I've moved on since there was that one I was focused on for so long, the Whistle Pig 15, that was the bottled and the barrel aged one, which they don't have. I feel like I'm like, I think I can move on. And I was like, because I almost looked at it again today, or I looked at it and I didn't get it. Like I said, they had the Highland Park 18. They had, what was it? They had something else that I was like, oh, this would be good. Like I think it was something I'd wanted to try. And I was like, oh, we could podcast on this too. There was something there. Like I said, they were both scotches that I was looking at, because then I know I get to drink all of them.
Because Letha does not drink them.
No, Letha, no, the scotches. But yeah, I looked there. There was a couple different bourbons. It seems like the bourbon section, like I know there's still a lot of stuff that is very difficult to find, but it feels like it's filling out a little bit more. Like, okay. I don't know if it's just been, a few years now, so a little bit of catch up is happening. Because like
you see the Frey Ranch stuff?
I did. I almost bought the rye. I saw that they did have the rye there. It was 65.
Okay.
It was 65. I was also, the Willet at Total Wine?
Yeah.
75.
For the big like pot one?
No.
Oh no, okay. Oh, the 4 year?
4 years, 75. Oh, wow. 74.99. I don't know what
our prices have gone up. Last time I saw that it was up to 60 though. So that's still really good.
That one
something
I
went up.
noticed.
One of the tequilas, some tequilas have gone up.
Do you have the Elijah Craig?
We don't have Elijah Craig.
Okay.
I
almost got that today. I bought a different mixer that, like I said, we may actually do like not a full podcast on, but like I said, we may try it like together or something like that in the next few weeks.
The Hendrix went up at our store. It was $34.99. Now I think it's $37.99. So that went up. I think it's the same price as the Empress now at our store. And anyway,
as this warms up just a little bit, I'm getting more lemon now.
Okay.
This is actually even a little more balanced than I thought. This is good.
All you have to do is drink it, warm. And you'll get all the flavors.
Not tepid. It's not like it's tepid. It's not warm, but it just enough where those flavors kind of, like I said, maybe the lemon was just a little bit more at the back because it was fighting. Usually lemonade, it's like that's the featured thing, and then you happen to throw in strawberry or whatever else was. And you've got guava, you've got apple, and then lemon is fighting.
I think you need that lemon to give you that sort of fresher finish.
Oh, I agree.
So.
Yeah, this could be almost a little too sweet if you didn't do that. But I still would like a little more tart in there with lemonade being on it, but that's still pretty good. Smooth, tropical, tangy. Would you agree with that? That's what their tasting notes say.
Smooth,
tropical.
Tropical, yeah. I don't know if it's quite tangy, but it's definitely tropical with the guava.
Grapefruit and chill. They have some options like that. Mountain Mule. Oh, there's the cider.
Yeah.
We tried that, right?
We did that. That came out in October, I think.
That was good.
So, it was surprisingly good. Because I normally wouldn't think.
Normally,
those would be flavors I would like. I like chai,
true.
but in a cider and a cold, but it was good. I do remember that.
Yeah, did a little bit of looking for tequila as well. And then I figured we would wind up just trying that añejo. Like I said, we talked about that. So like I said, we'll probably try that at some point on a podcast.
Up a bottle of that for you.
Yeah. So we'll get that. I'd like to investigate mezcal a little more. I need to look up like what people in general say is a good mid-ranged, additive free mezcal.
There's the Ryu.
Oh, were you able to find out that officially? With the tequila?
I did. I forgot to look up that.
So what's the number? Is it NOM?
Yeah, the NOM. Whatever
the NOM number.
Yeah. Or to find out the
what does
distillery
that
actually
something of maturity.
I was
going to say of origin, but that's not right.
Of making.
Pre-game interview with Jay Hay. Aw, Jay Hay. How about those Cubs though?
Jay Hay.
How about those Chicago Cubs?
Yeah, they're doing well. They got 4-game series with the Dodgers now, though. So.
Well, they beat them 2 out of 3.
Yep. Let's hopefully they're not. The Dodgers aren't angry.
Have they been doing poorly? Besides losing, the Cubs 2 out of 3?
They're only 9-10.
What are we now? 11-6.
11-6.
Nice.
So yeah. I put $10 down on the Cubs to make the playoffs. I know you put them on to win the division.
I put 10 to win the division.
I did 10 to make the play. It was, it could win. I could win 50. So
I think I win 75 if they win the division. I guess how many teams make the playoffs now? Is it like 29, 26, 26 teams, something like that? There's because there's multiple play-in games, right? Or wild card games, or what? There's multiple one-game playoffs.
One team. Is it one team that gets the bye, or 2 teams get a bye? Because it's only one team in the NFL now. So would it be 2 teams?
Yeah,
no, that doesn't make sense.
The NFL is now
5
or 14.
I can't remember what that is though.
Because it used to be 3 division winners and 1 wild card, and then they expanded that to, is it 2 wild cards?
Maybe it's 2 wild cards
and 3 division winners, and then it's the 2 wild cards. Do they play each other?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
or no?
They do a 3-game, I think, and then that person plays. That person plays in. I think that's how it is, but I can't even remember. I don't know.
Oh my god. How many teams? We're gonna do this live on the air. How many teams?
It's gonna happen
in the MLB play. How many teams in the MLB playoffs this year? The 2022 collective bargaining negotiation, owner and players agreed to 12-team postseason.
Okay.
6 teams per league. Seedings for the 6 teams are as follows. Division winners 1, 2, and 3. Wild card teams 4, 5, and 6.
So I think the lowest seeded division winner plays in that first round.
Okay, so the top 2 get a bye.
I believe that's how that works.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yep.
All right, I'm okay with that. Yep. Although, at some point, doesn't it seem like they should just maybe not play so many games during the regular season if they're having this many teams get in.
It could seem that way. Yes, there's a lot of games.
Good evening, be good human, peace, love, go. Can't quite read that.
I don't think that's what your shirt says.
I don't. Frolic yourself? I don't know. That sounds dirty. That sounds flick. Is it flick? Is that some sort of 420 term that I'm not aware of? Guarding Down, it is good to see you as always. You're late today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You feeling all right? You doing okay?
Celebrated 420.
I probably was. He was taking a nap.
Still celebrating.
He was taking a 320 nap. Well, that is interesting. So that is how the playoffs work in national in MLB. Draft is next week. Who are the Bears going to take? Do you know?
They have the first pick, right?
They have no.
They traded.
Just got home from a long day. Oh my God! How did the Did you go? Was it softball yesterday? No one that matters. Wait. There you go. It's fair. We don't know. And somehow they took Mr. Irrelevant at number 9. How did they do it? How did the Bears do it? Oh man.
No, I don't know. You're the man who knows that stuff. What do they need? They've signed
what
17 players, right? So
they
signed a whole bunch of free
agents. They need
agents.
a lot. It'll be interesting if they actually take best available kind of thing. And,
that running back from Texas is supposed to be.
That running back. He would be like, he probably is one of the best players in the draft, but it's always so tough to draft a running back that early. Can't believe there's already talk of trading Fields away. Oh
not
my
anymore.
God. There's not. There's someone brought that up. Like, I think people are like the slow cycle right before the draft. There was, because it's already been, they were pretty much, when they backed up, they were not trading him. Like I said, it's not like they have Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, then you'd be trading him to a hospital somewhere for a concussion, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Who knows? I could see them trading back again. Like if they could get like an early second round pick, because their second round, even though they have a good amount of picks in the first like 60 or whatever, like their second rounders a little bit later. If they could get like trade back 8 or 10 spots and get an early second round pick plus that, I could see them doing something like that. You could get that running back there. I don't think he'll fall that far.
No, from what I'm hearing, he's probably not going to. They say he's a Deebo Samuel type.
That's what they said, because he's route running and all that kind of stuff. But then he actually is a good running back.
Yep.
I was going to say, I'd like to have him. Hell, my quarterback didn't even know where he was half the season. Is that you'd like to trade for him?
Who's Guardians team?
Miami Dolphins.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's why you said Tonga.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dolphins fan living in Patriots country. It's tough.
Oh, that
tough.
has to be rough.
Tough.
Yeah. Well, they've been able to enjoy the last couple of years a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, and he had a proud moment. I think you were talking. I don't know if you talked about that on the podcast when we were here, Guardian Down. But what was it for a school event? Was it your son got to go to Gillette Stadium for something and asked if he could wear his Miami Dolphins jersey, and he was like, "I was a proud papa that day."
No.
Yeah,
that's did he?
I'm assuming. I don't think Guardian would say no. His vision was so blurry, Jim McMahon gave him a test. Wow. That is blurry. And that is a good callback. I like this. Oh man. Well, that was pretty delicious.
Yeah. I like the other one. I like last week's better.
Mm-hmm. I like this one more as it, like I said, warmed up just a little bit.
It came to boiling. Oh wait, no.
It came to boiling. No. Oh my God. That sounds awful.
As it boiled, it tasted delicious.
We finished Andor, which I know you have not even watched that at all, but we finished that Star Wars show. So we finally got through that, which was
not
good.
The Mandalorian thing.
No.
Oh my God, there's so many Star Wars shows.
Yeah, it's good. This one this one is the prequel, and they're going to have one more season. I looked, but it's leading into Rogue One, the one that was right before Star Wars. It's basically like Rogue One and then Star Wars. And
I think I saw Rogue One. Yeah, we saw that.
One's good.
Yeah.
Having a PB&J sour now, I'm in love. Oh yeah, let me show Keith the picture you put in Discord.
We've had what was it, the Bistro?
That was from Bistro, which that one was delicious. This is the one Guardian Down put in Discord. Vigilant Brewing Company Peanut Butter and Jelly Sour.
Nice.
Sour ale contains peanuts. You can actually hear them rattling in the can. It's crazy. That's awesome. No, not the actual peanut.
From Charles Schultz
Brewery. You don't hear from Charles Schultz Brewery. Oh my God. You don't actually hear Charlie Brown.
Snoopy.
You just, good grief.
Yeah.
God, this is awful. Woodstock, what happened? And I gave Woodstock the smack.
Snoopy's the master brewer. Oh wait, no. Okay.
He's a master.
Not
something.
actual Peanuts.
Not
Peanuts, the cartoon, but yeah, no, that sounds good.
That looks delicious.
We love a good sour, no matter what, especially the PB&J. Released today, bought a case.
Oh my god!
Wow,
holy crap! You do love that one. I don't know if we get any. Have you ever seen that brewery down here?
I have
with
not.
The sailboat on there. That does not look familiar. I'll have to look for that one. Do you like anything else from them, or is that like just hands down that's your favorite? But do you like any of the other ones from them? Like if I saw like, oh, I see a Vigilant Stout or I see an IPA or like something, like are those worth trying? Or it's like, nah, just stick to this. If you see this one, this is, there are some breweries where it's like, man, they hit this one out of the park, and then other ones you're like, what did they do? Full disclosure, you work for the brewery secretly. I like it. See, now we wait in suspense.
I
know.
Building the suspense. Well done, Guardian Down.
Well done, Guardian Down. Bravo. First time trying the brewery. It's from my hometown. Oh, wow. Is this not the one you've talked about before?
This is your hometown.
Because you've talked about one where you're like, I was going to drive 2 hours to get. Is this the one or what? Nope. Oh, okay. I assumed this was okay.
So did we show the wrong one?
Assumption? No, it's the correct one.
Oh, okay.
But he's talked about another peanut butter like and jelly sour before that I was like, oh, so this is just a different one. Okay. Oh my gosh. Did you get to take a sample before you bought the case, or did you just buy the case and you're like, whatever? Hey, boys and girls, and mythical beings from a parallel dimension. Cultist, how's it going? Good to see you. Good.
Wow, we have mythical beings from a parallel dimension here.
They're on the other side of the wall. They're our first guest I was telling you about.
Oh, okay. The mythical beings.
Okay. How has the TFT been treating you?
I think we got to plat.
Oh, okay.
Which was good, but then fortunately you get to a certain point and they won't demote you below that tier because we stormed into plat and then we've stalled a little bit. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going back and forth.
So you can't drop down out of platinum?
Yes, fortunately. No, they won't.
Is that new?
At least in the
in some lower rankings,
in the double up, that's not new. It gets us a certain thing, but like the other day, I clicked the wrong buttons, and all of a sudden I was playing with somebody I didn't know.
Were they any good?
We came in second. So
okay.
Yeah. But then it's weird because I just like to play with Pocket, and all of a sudden our scores were different. But then we went back down to 0. So now we're equal again. So that's good.
Just happened to be visiting my parents and was scrolling the book face and saw them saying, "Come and get it." I said, "I'll be back in 15 minutes." Nice. You're like, I've got something I got to do. You did like a little Batman, like just bolted out a window or something. Not been a bad day. Had my niece and nephews around. Got surprised with a diabetic-friendly birthday cake and some Harry Potter butterbeer. The butterbeer was not good. Oh, that's unfortunate. That sentence right there went from a little bit of a high to a little bit of a low.
It was, because I read that was one of the highlights of our trip to Universal in Florida. Was the butterbeer was very well received.
It's kind of butterscotchy.
Pocket and it was, but yeah, definitely butterscotchy. So, well,
did they make one with alcohol?
I don't think it did have.
They should.
Maybe they did.
I don't think they did. At least not in California, they didn't have
joined.
it.
She was. I don't know if she's in chat yet, but I know the one that we had didn't have it, but I can't remember if they did or not.
I wonder how much. What you do to make your own? Was it a brand?
Especially,
Cultist?
Was it diabetic butterbeer? That might have been.
Oh, that
might have been part of the problem.
Butterbeer copycat recipe. Leaves Den Studio Store does apparently have alcohol-free butterbeer that's more of a coffee. Oh, interesting. Okay. Butter extract? Ooh. Okay, I just wanted to see what he put. Easy homemade butterbeer. Oh, French vanilla ice cream.
That, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Vanilla ice cream, butterscotch sauce topping, cream soda, and ice.
Jeez.
And then you can make a frozen butterbeer.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That sounds okay. I have not had a shake in like forever. The cake was good though? Question mark.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was
the cake was good though.
The cake was good.
I'm glad I had it.
Never thought gluten-free would taste so good. Yeah, there's a lot of very creative recipes and things out there to go gluten-free, vegan, all that kind of stuff, and still have good deliciousness. So
it's amazing they can do it. But yeah, the gluten-free. There's a guy that I don't know if I actually follow him on TikTok, but he does a lot of bread recipes and doughs and things like that. And he's funny because he swears a lot as he's doing it. Like, and he's got the super thick British accent, and he's like making, like he made. Oh, I saved a recipe. Like I don't know if I'll ever do it, but it was how to make like. He's like it was basically like the best cannoli recipe you've ever had. Oh God. But anyway, he did that, but he did some gluten-free. He's like, people were asking for like gluten-free bread or whatever. And he did one. I was like, wow, that actually looks really good. Like what he had in there. It's amazing what you can do when you got to do without.
That's true.
I should put that on a shirt. About beverages. Amazing what you can do when you do without. They were like, wait, what?
When you do about?
Wait. When you do about? Oh, wait. No.
Wait. It's amazing what you can do without when you do without about? Wait, no. Amazing what you can be about when you do without?
When you do with beverages? That's our OnlyFans tagline. Oh, man. All right. So should we get to the, I guess the newest thing? We've had the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So we begin the celebration.
The celebration. Yeah. Yeah. We blaze up the celebration.
That's
here.
right. Yeah. Well, actually, it's cool because it's a completely new brewery to us. So.
New brewery. Local brewery ish, as we like to say.
Ish. Well, yeah. Local-ish.
Local. It's here in Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah.
Arizona brewery. Something new. And it was literally, I found it today as we were moving around at Total Wine. So that's what we'll go grab. Royalties. Oh my God. You want royalties for the ish. It's surprising how much you notice you have when you're blessed with so little. There you go. That's it. That's it right there, Colt. Is perfect. It's surprising how much you notice.
And I wore the shirt for Lucky. Is he not coming in?
Oh my God, he's probably
doing his thing. That's all right.
Is he? He might be streaming right now. Is he streaming right now? I think he is streaming right now.
43 days until Diablo 4.
Yeah, he's very excited. It's the game.
Oh, okay.
He's excited. He's excited to play Diablo 4.
Okay.
See if he walks over. I'm Irish, preach it. All right. Well, we're gonna need some new glassware.
Yes. Well, that's true.
What else? Yeah. Yeah. We need something different.
Yeah.
I guess we just need we need a glassware box.
You get a rack here. Larry and Steve.
Except for the Wilson brothers.
Yeah.
Wait, is this Biden Irish where you're like 5/8 or actual Irish? Is always a good question. People are like, hey, I'm Irish. Kiss me, I'm Irish. Like, how much Irish are you? Like a touch. Just like a touch.
There he is. Lucky brand. Yes, no audio. It's all right. He's doing that while he's playing?
I know.
How good is he? Oh my gosh.
He's got one hand on his controller, another hand on the keyboard. And
he's got one hand on his controller.
Maybe he uses his foot for the keyboard. I don't know. I can't see.
And the other one's on the keyboard. Okay.
All right. Let's go grab some glassware, and then we will get started with probably the only podcast really. I don't know if the other one really needs to be. Like I said, obviously we'll taste it and talk about it. But
maybe it'll be a little TikTok recap or something.
No, that could be. Did you see what showed up on the Twitter today?
I just now saw you had something about, but don't do this with your whiskey or something.
Yeah, it was the clip from last week with we were talking about but she didn't finish the last little sip. The whiskey.
Okay.
Like, this smells like a candle. Oh, this would be a great candle.
Oh,
I was like, why didn't you finish that last drop?
I do remember that.
So I have a question about Arizona. Is it always temperate there? I know California has a pretty good climate for wine, but what's the ground like there? What kind of drinks can you make from the ground there? It is not. There are definitely some good wine growing areas in Arizona. We have, like I said, it's not Merkin. It's Caduceus Winery, which is Maynard James Keenan from Tool. He's been actually making wine, not just putting his name on a bottle like a lot of people do with their spirits and things like that. But he's actually been growing and cultivating vines and stuff like here for a while, and he's become fairly well known for the quality of his wines. And there's a few other wineries, decent winery regions, but for the most part, it is very hot and the ground is very dry and fairly solid too. So
like
you really got to pick your spots.
Yeah, south and west or south and east of us, like Wilcox, Patagonia, Sonoyta, those areas are known. And then also then up farther north, there are some areas that are good for wine. There is a place here too, I think that grows hops as well. I think has hop vines somewhere in that area.
Yeah,
right?
I think so as well. Yeah,
in
like
the southern Arizona.
So you
area.
kind of got to pick your spots. Certain, like I said, obviously certain varietals and things like that work better than others. Like anything like that are hardier to this kind of climate.
Right.
We definitely don't have as much regions as California does, though, by any means, or the ground for it. But so we're actually doing better.
They want to drink Merlot. We're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
No Merlot.
Sand, that is what you can grow here. All right, we're going to go grab the glasses and we will be right back. That is the problem with sand. It does get everywhere. Like that's probably my least favorite thing about the beach is actually the sand itself.
Well, of course. But unless you can jump over the sand and into the water,
if you've got like a high cliff and you
just you can do some dives into the water.
Oh God! That's not as deep as I had hoped.
Yeah, it's a bad time to find that out.
Bad
when you're on the way down.
Oh my God, that'd be a absolutely horrific time to find out. Absolutely awful. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. We appreciate it as always. We went and grabbed the featured, kind of basically what wound up being the featured beverage for the evening.
And it's just sort of metamorphosized. That was actually last week because we talked about doing a Waldos, and you're like, well, we should do that actually on 420. That's when we'll be podcasting. And then we talked a little bit more and said, we should see if we can find something else. Unfortunately, you did find something else because I had not found anything else.
Yeah, we looked for the Stone Enjoy By because they had one that was 420. We haven't had anything from Stone Brewing in a while, so we were kind of hoping to try that. But might be even better. Something, a completely new brewery has fallen into our lap, and that's what we've got for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is...
Hold on, the picture's going to take a second because it doesn't work. There we go. The Bull Resin... Pale Ale, and this is from Walter Station Brewing.
It is is this a danky?
That's what they say. It is a very danky pale ale, which we've also talked about lately that pale ales have not been like our biggest, most exciting thing because we're kind of like, it's just at this point we just kind of skip over to the IPA because they either blend together so much or we're kind of like, I just would like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like I don't usually, but with the way they talk about this, they say that there are actually going to be either aromas or flavors of Bull Resin in here. So we're going to find out here. We're going to go grab it out of the fridge. I thought
you went right into it.
It seemed like it was setting up
funny.
so well. I didn't want to redo all that shit.
I kind of realized that it was happening. So that's why when you did that, I wasn't 100% surprised, but I couldn't remember the name of it. I even all I have is written down here is Walter Station. I didn't know
you could have at least said that.
Walter Station. Well, and then I paused once you brought it in. I paused to give you like a good edit spot, but then you jumped in. Yeah, I did the Cindy Brady. I looked at the red light. No,
it's kind of what
I just paused and I was ready.
My two favorite beverage connoisseurs, Chungus. It is wonderful to see you. Sushi. Hello. Good to see you as well. I've got to say the Weed Association are the worst part of my birthday. I was going to say that's probably got to be annoying at this point, right?
Looney Tunes cartoons that aren't politically correct anymore, but are still funny.
Oh God, the nosedive in a wading pool. Exactly. Pocket. How's it going? Good to see you.
Oh, there's Pocket.
Keith, you had a question for Pocket.
What was the question I had?
Butterbeer alcohol.
Oh, when we were at Universal in Florida, did they also have a butterbeer version with alcohol? I couldn't remember. We were talking about butterbeer came up before. As,
some double B, some boozy butterbeer.
Not being as good as hoped. What was a homemade version or a different version? Okay, you don't think so. All right, I couldn't remember. So. But I know the other version was enjoyed quite a bit.
I mean, I know Pocket poured some alcohol from her flask that she always keeps on her. But like other than that.
Yeah, she did. She had a little shot.
Yeah, she did. She gave it a shot. Will you be simulcasting NFL draft while enjoying some drafts next Thursday?
Oh, drafts for drafts.
We were kind of talking about that. We will definitely, obviously we can't play any of the audio, but again, I'm a Bears fan. We have a top 10 pick. We have a lot of people that are sports and football fans here
Sure.
in the channel. We will be talking about it. We'll probably try and we'll do some more beers that are kind of themed around that. But yeah, no, we will definitely be doing something like that. Yeah, maybe we'll even call it that. Can we steal that from you? Drafts for the draft?
Drafts on the draft.
Drafts on the draft. I think that's a good idea. It's okay if they get overbearing with the 420 thing. I just suggest that on a subconscious level, they could be accused of celebrating the birthday of a certain short man with a funny mustache. You're like, could you actually just be celebrating? But yeah, bowl resin. Going to be here and also in another chat that's doing a little watch event to share reactions. How are they doing that? Like, because they can't play any audio, right, Chungus? Or are they kind of skirting that some other way? I know sometimes Twitch actually has deals with the NFL where certain broadcasters can do things. I would love it if that was an option for us, but it's not. It's not. I would love it though. I would pay them. Watching separately in a Discord. Okay, that's what I thought. Probably sharing it in a Discord of some sort. Not a problem. Not a problem. But yeah, we will be doing that. Bowl resin, surely this is going to be a bitter drink. I would think so. Like I said, yeah, on the back of the can, it specifically says an American pale ale with hints of bong water. Yep, you read that right. Favorite hoppy and dank pale ale derived with a healthy dose of special hops and roasted smokiness from select American grains. Our salute to our favorite holiday, and as always, better with friends, so pass it along. So
Pass it on.
Yeah.
We're going to drink out of the same glass. No.
I could go get the smoke. Do you want me to smoke the?
I could smoke the...
We could do that. And then
Smoke the bowl resin.
yeah,
That would be funny.
that would be kind of fun.
We're really embracing the whole thing.
We are embracing way too much. I had a friend in university that would drink bong water for dares. No one would share a room with that guy. Yeah, no, that's actually probably a way he would get his own room. That's 100% true. All right, should we go into it?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and open this up. Bowl resin. This is our first beer from this brewery. Like I said, I probably would have bought this anyway, but when I also saw it was from Phoenix, so somewhat local to us, I was also fairly excited. It also made me think of, we talked about last week, New Belgium Brewing used to do the Hemperor, which actually was brewed with hemp. Let me pass that around to you.
Yeah, thanks for passing that on.
And
can't wait to take a hit of this.
Yeah, there you go.
I think you poured me way too much more.
You want to switch that one then?
Sure.
Okay. That was all that was left.
It's all right.
And that one was like, again, gimmicky, but it was actually really good. Like I bought multiple 6-packs of that. It is no longer in production. So maybe this will fill that gap a little bit. I'm hoping.
Could be.
I would definitely buy more of this. I don't know if this is seasonal. Again, if you know any of this information, if you like this brewery, if you're from this brewery.
Oh yeah. You saw
please
that we tweeted it out. And
comment
like, hey,
down below. Yeah. Talk to us. Let us know.
That's a clear copper.
That is a very clear copper color with a, I could probably float a bottle cap on that head. Remember we used to do that? We used to talk about that.
Yep.
Took a pretty deep hit off of that. What'd you get out of it?
Want to get high?
Want to get high? Definitely malty, and there's resinous, which kind of blends into
Does have like,
a little bit of that.
resiny.
Yeah, it's not quite as strong, like I said, as the one we were just kind of referencing. That one was literally like we joked about, like it smelled like a rock concert. Like you barely got it even near your nose, and you're like, oh my God.
You could be in the room with that one.
But this is definitely in the vicinity. This is like I just left the concert and I gave my friend a hug as we're kind of separated. It's like, oh, I smell a little something else still kind of hanging around there a little bit. But nice aroma, though. I like it.
It's a good start.
Yeah. To the taste?
Yep.
Love your shirt, Bevy. Spread that positivity. I do too. Like I said, I've had this shirt for a little bit. This is from a content creator that I have watched on YouTube for a while, and he's got a lot of stuff that's like, because he listens to old records and vinyl and stuff, and this kind of does like he does like reaction stuff, which I know a lot of people do, but his was always seemed a little more genuine, and just, you know, like I said, that was kind of always his thing, was just kind of, you know, be good to each other for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Like,
we're not going to agree on everything.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
The Bev's boys are off to Tegrity Farms after the show. Oh my God. Have you seen those South Parks where Stan is actually like a weed grower? Like actually.
No.
Oh God. Those are some of the, Tegrity Farms. Those are funny. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion. That's right.
Yep.
opinions are like elbows. Is that what they used to say? Like
Everybody-
everybody's got a
I
couple.
don't know if it was asshole. Oh, a couple. Okay, there you go. And that's where the problem is, though, is when there's not allowed to have a nice discussion, and then to just I don't agree with exactly what you said, but thank you, and
Right.
thank you for sharing. And
you just do the what is it, the Billy Madison? We are all dumber for having heard what you just said
what you
recently.
just said.
We are all dumb, which is what you can feel sometimes, but you can keep it all in here.
That's right. Keep it in here. That's what I said. In here.
Yeah. We used to just disagree. We don't do that anymore. There ain't no high times. There ain't no bad times. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. Just thank them for their opinion and go about your business. You can't do them, so just do you. Exactly. Yeah. At some point, again, still, like I said, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, like that's, if you start getting into another situation where it's like, you're actually causing harm to other people with that opinion or that whatever, like then that's
Right.
a different story. But if it's just a disagreement about something, then yeah, everyone gets a little too worked up about stuff. Best
Could
laugh
there-
I've had in years.
Is there ever an imperial pale ale?
That'd be an IPA.
A double pale ale? No.
Okay, what would that be then?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
You've
Is there
come up
such a
with it.
thing?
You've got to tell me the parameters.
Well, because we have IPAs and you have
We
double
do.
IPAs and triple IPAs, but this is a pale ale. So
I guess a double
Could you have a
pale would be
pale?
an IPA. Because if you go
Would
up
it?
any further from a pale, you're into an IPA. Like,
is that what makes a pale?
yeah,
No, I thought the IPA, it's India Pale Ale, so there was extra hops thrown in,
right.
thereby affecting the alcohol content.
Well, the hops don't affect the alcohol.
No, the malt that you
Right.
do to counteract
Correct.
the hops.
That's true. Yeah,
So could there? So you're saying by definition,
right.
you leave pale ale behind
Yeah,
when you start adding more.
right.
Stuff.
Soon,
Okay.
Yeah, as
All
soon
right.
as you go above, I forget what like I said. If you look up the BJCP
Very
like
good.
parameters, but there is very specific things about like, a pale ale can be up to this percentage of alcohol and up to this amount of IBUs. And a lot of people play fast and loose with some of that stuff if you're not doing competition things. But there are guidelines. And then it's basically like, then the next step is then you're an IPA because now you're going from that 6.5% up to 8% or 7.5% or 8%, whatever that guideline is before you hit double. And
So there are no
Whatever.
IPAs that are lower than. There's not like a 5.5% IPA. Well, I mean, I know there's session IPAs.
that's probably what you'd start. Yeah. Because
Okay.
you're just talking
All
alcohol then, but then you're putting in a certain amount of hops though. Like I said, and again, even the thing like the bitterness stuff is kind of thrown out the window a little bit now too, because so many times, like we probably use more pounds of hops than like even as a home brewer, we use more ounces, I will say, of hops in making an IPA than we ever used to, but our IBUs are actually lower because you hop differently. So a lot of that stuff is also just kind of in a weird, so I think it's maybe a little bit more toward the alcohol, probably certain grains there's a lot of different factors, like I said, which I'm not going to pretend to know all of them, but
Yes.
yeah, like I think there would be such a tight window. Like if you did something like I don't know, they used to do, what is it? Did an extra pale ale? Who was that? Was that Sierra Nevada? Like technically their
They have their
torpedo says
Oh.
extra pale ale or something like that.
Now that torpedo I thought was an IPA.
Okay. There was something that was like different like that.
There's extra pales, but I thought aren't a lot of those like from England? Or
That I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought that like we could look up what Sierra, like, 'cause I don't know, like maybe they had something that was like 6 and like under 7%, but it was something else.
Okay.
Chucky, how's it going? Good to see you. Happy day to you. What did I miss here?
Chungus wants to buy your shirt.
Are you still well
word.
informed about the current state of League TFT?
TFT, yes. League, no. That's more my wife and son. As far as like the actual League of Legends game, the ARAM and stuff like that. But yes, we have been playing the TFT, mostly the double up version, and then a little bit of solo play here, ranked here. Yeah, they just had an update, and we are currently trying to master that.
Do you even play TFT that much anymore, or you just mostly do the double up?
Well, it's the same thing. It's just playing as a team.
So do you play solo as much anymore?
Not as much.
Because you used to play like doing workouts and everything else.
Yeah, I've done that a little bit more lately, but not as much.
Is there a pass? Oh, so there's a pass for TFT?
Bought the pass.
Is there like a season pass where you can do leveling up and get like skins and different things?
Oh,
because I know you haven't spent a penny, right?
Yeah, no, we don't spend any money on that, but okay. I am not as informed on that kind of stuff because I've never spent any money, and Pocket hasn't either. But we've spent money to gift things and do different things for people. But but I do see that on the screen all the time. Level up, past, all that kind of stuff. So
I'm just scrolling through trying to find that content creator for.
Okay.
It's taking me a second. Yeah, I can't remember. I haven't seen his videos in a little bit. Oh, there it is. Or can I?
He was up. He had a mute 21 hours ago. Yeah, there's a couple sites we use for build guidelines. We use MetaTFT and TF Tactics are the two that we use. But the first one we use more often because it's updated more frequently. But then we get frustrated with our results and we move back to the other page.
Get frustrated with our results.
Somehow.
I'm going to find this actual shirt. I'm looking. This is always the most exciting part of a podcast. Staring off into a screen. Oh yeah, because his thing is like a record. It says "Keep great music alive." Because he was always like listening to different types of artists than you would normally expect he would listen to, or whatever. You know, it's kind of one of those things.
Okay.
Shockingly, I think he was listening to like Zeppelin when I first found him. I was like, "You're listening to Zeppelin, are you? Okay,
really?
Okay, yeah."
Oh, nice.
Trying to find. He has a lot of merch. Why can't I? Oh, there we go. Well, at least that's one of the looks of it.
Oh, there. Yeah, I think that's it, except for that's not the right color.
It is just not the right color. Can you pick different colors from here? Yeah, we'll do this.
Information about to be provided and shared.
Do. Is that not over there?
Whisper.
Trying to whisper. Where's the careless whisper? Here. There you go. I sent you a Whisper Chungus with a link to at least like one of the shirts. They're not super cheap, but I think it's from Teespring, so I think that's why they're a little more expensive. But yeah, he's got a ton of different stuff, and it's like about keeping great music alive and other just kind of spreading good vibes.
And being a good human.
Yeah. I'll use a little more of that, I suppose. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who really knows?
It's true.
This beer's making me think differently. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually going the other way.
Want to get high? Really drying me out.
It is a little bit like, yeah, very, very resinous.
Yeah.
I will say this. If bong water actually tasted like this, I probably would drink it.
Drink the bong water.
But I don't think it actually does. But this is pretty good. I wish it had a little bit more of a floral component to it. The maltiness is nice. The resin is nice. I like those notes that are in there. I wish it just had just a little bit more of some other things, but definitely makes me want to try other stuff from them because this is good.
Because I think this is a tricky style to take on.
Yeah.
Because I would think this could go very badly. But yeah, it is drying me out. But I do like the flavors. I agree with you. Yeah, there could be maybe a little bit more hop or something in there, just to I don't want like floral hoppy, but just something else to maybe a little bitter actually, or something almost to No, it's got the bitter because it's dry.
Yeah,
but yeah, a little
bitter-
bit more of a high note.
Yeah.
Just a little something in there to just kind of finish it off. But overall, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I look forward to trying some other things from
Absolutely.
them in the future. So yeah, and this is one of those times too. Like whenever you go into a store, especially when we were trying something like this for the very first time, I'm checking dates. Like I said, this was only like a month past their canned on date, which made me feel very excited, very happy about that. So I was glad that Total Wine did have it that way.
Right.
But always when you go into any store, no matter what it is, like I said, unless you've got a local bottle shop that's probably keeping much better track of it than your big box store, always look at the dates on there, because a lot of times your first impression, you want it to be the best one when it's a new brewery. And like I said, for me, this one is definitely a positive one.
Check them out.
Check them out. And if you want to see any of the other beers that we have had over, gosh, it's been over a decade.
Well,
It's
over
been coming
a decade.
up on a decade and a half.
It's 2000. I think we're in our 15th year. Is that what we say?
I like it. There we go. We are in our 15th
2009,
year.
right?
Yeah.
So-
If you want to see anything and everything that we have ever done, go to aboutbeverages.com. You can check out, like I said, not only videos, but just the audio early podcasts that we did, recipes, articles, all kinds of stuff. It is all can be found there. If you only want the latest videos, that is totally awesome. Subscribe on YouTube. We greatly appreciate your support there. And if you only want audio, we've got you covered. You can head to iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast. If you have a favorite podcasting app, to search for About Beverages. You will probably find us there. And while you're doing that search, usually some other things will come up too, right?
The social media pillars, as we call them, the three for us, which are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is what we use most often to keep you up to date with what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific time. When we get together, try beverages of all kinds.
A beer, perhaps?
Maybe a beer. Hang out and just have some fun talking, chatting, whatever happens to come up, babe, sports, movies, whatever. And of course, beverages. Also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what beverage he will have at his side, in his hand, while he is playing those games. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
You should give it a 420 shot.
a bong shot, a hit.
A bong shot.
Like you say,
You
give it a
should
hit.
give it a hit. Oh, we can go back and do that.
I can do that. You want me to give that to you
Sure.
again? Do you want to get?
Sure.
Let's see.
You should give it a
Oh, I
hit.
was so excited. Did you actually get to watch or listen to the podcast? It's fine if you didn't.
No, I didn't.
The one from last week, the larceny.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up. I actually was able to edit in my first option with the proof is in the barrel.
Oh, nice.
I was very
Okay.
excited. I actually even messaged Mitch, who was in chat, and he's like, "Oh my god, that made me laugh way harder." I was like, "I was able to mix that," and he's like, "Thank you, sir." But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
You should give it a hit. If it works. You should hit a shot. You should hit that shot.
should hit that. Oh, man.
Positive.
Floral, weed is a flower. So boom, there you go. Oh my gosh.
Boom.
It's very true. Very, very true. No, I like this. Like I said, yeah, I either want, I don't even know what obviously it's pale ale, so it's probably like 5 and change. 6%. So this is probably 42 IBUs, 6%. And this one, I think if I'd actually bought it at the 4-pack, I think it'd be like $3 a can.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, they're up charges at
It's like
the Total
it's basically
Wine.
right about $1.
Yeah. It's like, really?
I mean, it's the same thing Trader Joe's does, right?
Absolutely not.
What are you telling me? So if I
know.
go into a Trader Joe's and I only want a single beer, are you telling me that it is actually
You take
The
that
exact
6-pack
same-
price and you divide it by 6.
by 8? Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, and just not that. And the shilling, the seasonal cider was $2.50. $2.50?
This one?
$2.25.
The one we had today?
Yeah, $2.25
Is that
for
the
a
same
can.
as the one we
It's
had last week?
$13.49 for a 6-pack.
Is that the same price
Yeah,
as
I
last week?
I would think that the season will be the same. Should
Whatever
be
the seasonal is?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that other one kind of probably was almost like a fall or like a whatever late
Coming out of-
winter seasonal, and then what are we like spring
Blackberry
summer
pay.
seasonal now is the guava and stuff.
It really does dry you out, though.
It does. I remember that. What was the other one we used to like the rye one from Sierra Nevada?
Oh, the Ruthless Rye.
Ruthless Rye. That one was good, but it had similar notes to this too, where it was kind of like
Yep.
that weighted down. I was almost hoping by the way they said the smoke, and maybe that's how they got some of the aromas and the taste in here. I was hoping for a little bit more of almost like a smokiness to come through in a weird way, which I know would be very weird in an IPA, but I was kind of hoping for something even a little more different.
We'll look at that. You have to smoke your own beer.
I know. Well, we could have done it. I could have grabbed the smoker.
They don't make the Ruthless Rye anymore.
Oh, it's extra. Oh, no, there's extra pale. What's that one?
Oh, it is a...
No, extra IPA.
Extra IPA.
What's this pale ale? That's
their regular pale ale.
Okay. Don't worry.
Oh, Debo.
Be happy.
Wow.
Debo, how's it going?
Oh.
Good to see you, Debo.
Oh, we're doing well.
Nike, the air of a great night. Chungus, you do too.
Yes, thank you for popping in.
Thank you for hopping in.
Good luck in your TFT
Chungus,
journeys.
Yeah, and Chungus had actually asked the other day too about it. He's like, were you able to find any of those beers yet or order some? Ones we talked about last week with him, those sours. Remember that sounded really good?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I was like, no.
Not yet.
Okay, so it's an extra IPA. So why was it an extra IPA? Is it just not quite a double? 7 point. No, I don't know. It's probably they just wanted to do something. 65 IBUs. I mean, like
dry hopping, maybe dry hopping device, cranking
maybe.
the aroma to full blast.
We crank the aroma to
11.
We crank the aroma to ish. Have you watched any new TV shows lately, or did you finally start Saul?
No.
This is week 3 of me asking if Keith has started.
I have not. I don't know when I'll be starting anything.
Go watch them on the plane.
Yeah.
You good?
We'll all be together. We could all watch it. Ben's already watched it.
I was saying Ben would probably be happy about it.
He's already seen it. So
I know, but he probably be like, let's do it.
Now, we've actually been doing the baked potatoes lately as because Debo's back in talking food.
Oh, damn it. I'm feeling a nice medium rare steak with a fully loaded potato. Anyone else? No, Debo, that always sounds delicious. I will trade you some Angel's Envy rye for that. I saw that.
Have the baked potato.
Do you have Angel's Envy rye at the...
We have
the regular
Angel's Envy, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The rye, it's at Total Wine. They had it. It's moved down to like Total Wine pricing, or not. It moved down to Costco pricing. It's like $70, which still not cheap, but that's better than I've seen that bottle in a while. So that one's come down a little bit. We'll do a trade, Debo. If you make me a steak and a loaded baked potato, maybe a burrito of some sort, then we'll get you a rye or something.
What's for dessert?
Oh, Debo, what would you put for dessert with that? You better come up with something good. I love a good fully loaded baked potato.
Oh, how about a mud pie?
What's in a mud pie?
Coffee ice cream and chocolate, cookies on the bottom. And yeah,
that sounds.
We used to get those at the store all the time.
I kind of miss the Kringle.
We had the most recent one we had was the raspberry. But we're not getting the pecan this year. We're not getting another one, or the cheesecake one. We're not getting one again until like September now.
What was the one we had over at your house? Did you just have the almond one or something?
Probably the almond. The pumpkin caramel's good. The almond is a big fan, or is a big favorite, big seller. But
we were talking about cannoli. Were you here for that, Guardian Down? When I was talking about, maybe you were. There was someone I was watching that was making cannolis the other day, and I love if a cannoli is done right. Those are delicious. Yeah. Okay. Chocolate cheesecake on a strawberry tart.
Maybe or a strawberry tart.
Okay.
But I'll take a chocolate cheesecake on a strawberry tart.
It's a smart tart.
I'm a smart tart.
I would definitely take the chocolate cheesecake. I like a good piece of cheesecake. Call it a twist. Little sweet. You want a little Diet Dr. Pepper? It was probably like a few months back. I was at the store and I saw they had 12 packs of the Pitch Black from Mountain Dew. And you know how much I love that.
I do know how much.
And I was like, oh my God, they actually had some of this back. And I put 2 of them in the cart. And then all of a sudden I was moving around and I came around a corner and I saw like another display for it. And those said the 0. And I was like, oh no. And that was all they had, was the one that was like, was like the whatever, the zero sugar.
With aspartame or whatever's in there.
Yeah. I was like, damn it, I had to put it back.
Yeah.
What's got 2 thumbs and just needs a flawless run of root to get it ticked off? This guy. Oh my God, let's go. Flawless run of root. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Nice job, Cultist. I still have not done that. Have not done that.
You say in London?
I forget exactly where. Cultist, where are you exactly?
That's at least 8 hours ahead of
or
us.
as much as you want to say.
Yes,
You know, as
8 hours of a difference.
that's been my new thing now. I'll ask something. I'll be like, and if you don't want to answer that, you don't have to.
You don't have to. That's true. That's true. A flawless run of sleep.
Hey-o!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is like.
He goes, you don't actually love sleep. You love the folly. Oh, God, here I go. Jumping puzzles give me a dick, my friend. I won't lie. I recommend Strand. Use Strand just to like save yourself that way.
Jumping puzzle. That's funny. That puzzle, the word puzzle comes up. I was bagging a guy's groceries today, and in the bottom of his
That's
bag,
not a euphemism, is it?
there was a puzzle piece.
What? Did you ask him what it went to?
No, I didn't feel like that. But I was like, I almost said to him, "There's a puzzle piece in your."
You should have been like, "Are you missing one?"
The missing piece.
It's the missing evidence in the killer case. My God, he was innocent.
It was.
Frank, we sent him to the chair 6 years ago. Well, never mind. I've got to get that as a clip. That's one of my favorites. You literally bagged a puzzle.
Well, I didn't bag it. The customer, it was already there, but there was a piece in there. I was like,
Literally
it's
bagged
just
a puzzle.
random. I'm like, there's a puzzle piece. I've seen, you see receipts, you see gross dirtiness in bags, but
okay.
But yeah, I'd never seen a puzzle piece.
So I currently live in Plymouth, but soon I'll be moving to my new place up on Dartmoor was where I remember you talking about the other day that I've been talking to you about. Seriously, once I'm settled in, I'll be happy to give you guys a tour of a real ale country. See?
There you go.
He said he's going to have a little guest house and everything there. So I'm telling you.
Okay.
If you can get that done by whenever Keith's up in that area.
Well, now that, we'll be world travelers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If that was me, I would have picked it up and said, missing a piece.
Or I could have taken it. And then when he goes to build that puzzle later,
Finally.
what is missing one piece?
What is the most like humorous thing you've ever found? Like has there been something that stood out to you? Like, I mean, maybe that you didn't call anybody on or say, like, obviously receipt, but like you're also like, there's a pair of panties in here.
Yeah,
like,
no. People have their Marshall's bags or stuff in the cart, but usually it's just like it's
just what people
there
leave at
might
the
be
bottom
something,
bag.
yeah, gross. It's just like dirty,
Okay.
or every once in a while, like the Trader Joe, some of the bags that aren't the canvas, when they've been used for so long, they start to just basically disintegrate into.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've had that too, where I'm putting stuff in and I'm getting white all over my sleeves.
Oh, those, yeah, where they
just,
deteriorated. Guys are coming to the UK. I am not.
No, we'll be
Maybe in the vicinity.
Yeah, well, we'll be landing at, I think, Heathrow, and there for a couple hours, and then we're on to Prague. From there.
That's how you have to say it too.
Yeah, on to Prague.
There's a rave you're going to. Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
So not that as a destination this time, but if this European travel thing works out, maybe we'll do it again. So
Maybe someday AboutBeverages could be big and famous enough where it pays for a trip to
Wow.
Scotland for something.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be amazing? If Highland Park is listening right now and wants to send, I will immediately take care of all of that.
Lagavulin? Are you listening?
Lagavulin. Are you listening? Oh, that's what it was. They had the 12-year Jura. Just like one of the other, not the Superstition, but another. I was like, oh, that'd be neat to try. And it was like mid-range, like 55 or something, like nothing too crazy.
Oh.
Prague has some epic places to visit. One of my favorite countries in Europe. There you go.
That's what we hear. We hear it's an amazing place to go to. So yeah, we will be there for a few days and then a train. And
you heard that from the Prague Tourism Board?
Yeah, that's what they said. No, pretty much everybody that I've mentioned that to just has, oh my gosh, 8 out of 10 people that you talk to say that's their favorite place to go in Europe. Or
what do the other two say?
The other two say stay away from Prague.
Yeah.
Well, no, they probably say something else.
They probably still say, oh, it's really nice, but then they mention something else.
Yeah, they mention something else.
They're not. It's not like a huge scale where like
it's not 8 love it and 2 say no.
2 say, dear God, stay
away.
The other 2 don't stay away. That's very funny.
I like that better colder, I think. It's just a little more uneven and obviously beer should be consumed cold. We are in the habit of analyzing beverages from
Well, I mean, I think that's how you can see the real
Yeah.
quality of a beverage when you try it at different temperatures and it shows up and and you can And if you're still like, ooh, that's good, or I'm getting some, like,
Yeah.
I mean, like the cider we had
Right.
earlier.
Yep.
I enjoyed it the one way. I thought it wasn't as much as I liked the one the previous week. Warms up a little bit. Then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's delicious.
Yep.
Don't forget to get a beer and a spa, guys. You deserve it. There you go. Can you do a beer? Oh, do they have like those hot springs there? Is that a Prague thing or is that somewhere else? That might be
I don't
Iceland.
know.
It's
But
genuinely a beautiful
definitely beer.
country. If you've ever have an extended stay in the EU, be sure to get the Euro Traveler rail ticket. It's about €300, but it gives you unlimited travel across Europe for a month.
Oh,
wow.
okay.
Yeah. There's a Scotland in Illinois. That's the closest About Beverages will be. That probably is very true. You are probably
Scotland,
not wrong,
Illinois.
Guardian Down.
Corn scotch.
It's
Corn-based
all corn.
scotch.
That's if there's a Scotland in Nebraska. Then it'd be the scorn.
Well, there's a lot of corn in Illinois, too.
Is this heaven? No, it's Iowa.
No, it's Iowa. Yeah.
Well, then shoot me. That was the
wow.
line they took out.
Yeah, they took that out.
They took that one out.
It wasn't.
Then kill
that
me
wasn't
now. Kill me quickly. Yeah, what were their other? I took their website off. Unfortunate.
good. Well, it was one that a beer that actually almost matched your shirt. Are you looking up the?
Yeah, I just kind of
Waldo
wanted. I
Station
was forgetting what else they
restaurant as well.
currently on tap. Which this was one of them that you could get on tap. They have Hefeweizen Studio Session Light Ale Baja Girl.
Hazing, Arizona. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, they have a root beer. Oh, that's from Abita. You're right.
Well, it's the song from Raising Arizona.
Is it?
Don't you know at the beginning? There's that.
That's
You've
gonna
seen
be a
Raising
good.
Arizona,
That's gonna be a
right?
good clip, right?
I know
Chad?
somebody's doing that.
Someone's clipping that, chat. Come on. Nitro coffee and cream Nitro American Stout. Just be nice.
Just
Traditional
be nice.
American amber with a true malt forward presence. He's like,
The ringtone found. There you go.
there you go.
Keith singing the Raising Arizona song. There you
Blackberry Gosa, Railbender, Bowl Resin, Turnout the day,
go. Oh.
West Coast IPA with citrus notes and medium resin. They're into like being
They are into
specific
the
on the resin
resin. Yeah.
part.
Medium resin, heavy resin.
So many hops you can almost walk on it. Our take on this popular hazy style, hazing Arizona. That is pretty funny. Yeah, I'll definitely have to give them a look-see. They are downtown. Maybe that's where we'll go at some point. Someday, when my life has passed. Oh. My favorite Blue Oyster Cult song there. Oh, yeah? Burning for You? Nice. Glad someone actually recognized what that was. It was nice the other day. I think Cultist was the only one in chat. I made a Lorena Bobbitt reference, and I was like, at least one person in chat.
Oh,
will
wow.
get that.
Okay.
I can't remember. There was something in a game where I was playing something different the other day on Tuesday.
That's something. Yeah, it's a story you don't really hear too much about anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't become like a trend.
Yeah. Yeah, copycat killers or copycat
cutters. Oh, man.
Serial cuttings going on.
These moils are getting a bad name. They're going too far.
Yeah.
They're going too low. They're cutting too low.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. All right. Do we need to rinse our glasses?
I think we should.
That's probably fair,
Yeah,
I
we're
think.
want to see if the Waldo is,
Okay.
is what as we remember.
Okay. Do you need a break or do you want me to take care of that?
Yeah, let's do a quick.
You want
Do a quick break,
You want a quick break? Okay. Everyone says don't fear the Reaper, dude, but don't. But like the Eagles, they did more than once. Yeah, I know.
That's
Blue
true.
Oyster Cult has some really good songs. I would.
Go Godzilla.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! There goes Tokyo. Go Godzilla. And actually KLP. There's a local station here, KLPX, that has like a deep cuts or whatever, and that
There you
one
go.
always has some stuff. Burning for You. Yeah, exactly. More cowbell. I should have had that shirt on. I saw them when I was 12. Oh my god! Wow, really?
Yep. Some good stories.
Who was
Abounding
taking you
with
to 12 years to a concert like that? No way.
Well, who do you think?
Well, it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't know her.
I know.
And that would have been 14 and in Arizona.
HJ, how's it going? Good to see you.
Her parents, they had no idea what a Blue Oyster Cult concert might involve.
You're kidding. They took her?
No, they didn't take her.
Oh, okay.
No.
Right.
Someone you know did, though. There you go.
I was just going to guess was that Darren was going to be there, so they thought it was all fine. Oh, my God. Until he lost you in the crowd.
We're going to go see
smoke.
BOC.
God. So I like hanging out here since I started looking for streamers my own age. I find I behave more and less like the huge obnoxious man child that I can be. 15, first concert I went to at that age was Nirvana. I didn't go to really many concerts till I was older.
I was 12, so.
I know. Like,
So I was trying to think. Somebody brought up Eric Clapton the other day. Did you and Pocket go to Eric Clapton?
No, we saw Boston.
Boston, okay.
I saw Eric Clapton with Chris.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, with white chocolate.
Yeah, with white chocolate. Yeah. We went. I got tickets from the radio station. We went and saw Eric Clapton. That was there.
I knew there was.
It was like his kind of like a little bit stripped down blues tour, and then he like rocked some of his new album too, which was it was cool.
Okay.
I've been lucky enough to, because of the radio station, I was able to see Rolling Stones and, like I said, Eric Clapton, like some of those kind of classic artists. Obviously, it was cool that we saw the Eagles when we did. I was supposed to see Eric Clapton, and we got lost. Oh. Where is he? Where'd he go? Okay, so don't take offense at this, but is Clapton good live? He always seemed more like a studio artist. I will take no offense to that because I do not have a huge love for Eric Clapton. Like, I appreciate his style. He was, like I said, for me, when I saw him, I was in my early 20s, something like that, 19, 20, like whenever we saw him. It was, I can't remember what the tour was specifically. I think it was like Tore Down or something. I can't remember what the song was. Anyway, he was good. He was good, but I don't have anything to really compare it. It's not like I'd seen him multiple times.
When he did that Unplugged with MTV in 92, 93, he sounded good with that.
Yeah. So no, it was
or his cousin, the driver.
Gives everyone a cup of coffee, cream and sugars on the side. That is how it should be, Debo. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back, and then we will do our final
Come back
podcast.
With Waldo.
We'll be back with the Waldo.
I like that name, Yatstremski. That's fine.
That's Stremski?
That's Stremski.
It's good. Oh my God. Hopefully no one heard our conversation there while we were done at the break.
Yeah, it was not for you outside of this room consumption.
Not for outside consumption?
That's right.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Thank you guys all for hanging out this evening. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the wonderful chat, discussion, humor as well. And apparently, Guardian Down, if you don't like the bot, just settle down. It's fine. It'll get better. It'll get better. All right. Final beer of the evening on 420.
On 420, yeah. Using the name where it all started, actually.
Yeah, so what is the whole history behind the Waldos? What is that?
Afternoon, everybody.
You gave the bot a sub. I didn't even know you could do that. Oh my God. Or does someone actually just have the name Stream Elements? Guardian Down, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Stream Elements.
Oh, yeah.
You finally gave in. The bot was like, if you want to give me a sub. Guardian Down, I appreciate it. Thank you for all your support. Very, very kind.
The bot thanks you.
The bot thanks you. This is the dankest and hoppiest beer brewed by Lagunitas. Made in honor of the origins of 420, a triple IPA with the help of the Waldos themselves. So as we open this up, we will kind of go through a little bit of that history.
Yeah.
Or unless you just want to give an oral version of it.
Well, I was there, so... No, wait. I was not. I would have been 5. No, it seems like it just sort of has steamrolled over the years, but it was this group of guys who...
Of course it was.
Got together after various school activities, sports, this, that, the other, decided to meet at 420. And then they would, enjoy some...
4:30 was too late because that was dinner time or something, or what?
No, that was just like the time they could meet. And so it just happened at 420. They called themselves the Waldos. And there's a few of the... I don't know if they're all still around, but at least a few of the original Waldos members are still around. And then it just gradually became more well known. It's weird. It's not like it's something I don't think they set out to do. It's just sort of become this thing where 420 the time, 420 the day. It's all just become synonymous with the celebration of the marijuana.
The marijuana, the Mary Jane, as they say.
That's right.
2023 highly limited release.
Always highly limited.
Highly limited release. Special IPA triple, 11.7% alcohol. In 1971, the Waldos met one afternoon at 420 in front of the courtyard of their school near the statue of Louis Pasteur.
Ah, Pasteur.
I know. They set out in a 66 Impala armed with a treasure map on a journey to find a secret garden near Point Reyes. I actually think I know where that is. They met there at the same time every day and continued their quest. They never found the secret garden, but did they find some secret? No, they didn't say that. But they keep looking. So we keep brewing the beer every year in time for 420 for all the treasure hunters everywhere. So there you go.
Yeah, you can look. In fact, when I did a Google search earlier today, when I think I typed in "what is," and the first thing was 420. So, because I just thought, well, I just want a little more history on this, and that's what I got. A little more history.
A little more history.
Just a little more history.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
100 plus IBUs, original gravity 1.1 plus, 11.7% ABV. And surprisingly, even though highly limited, oh man, I love the website. Look, the beer like sinks into the 6-pack.
That is cool.
Dankness, citrus, ponderosa pine. What was the cost on this again? Because it's back to a 6-pack.
Yeah, at Trader Joe's it was $12
for a 6-pack.
$11.99 for the 6-pack.
So $2 a piece for almost a 12% ABV beer.
Yeah, I think did you see it at Total Wine when you were there today? Because that's where I first saw it, was a couple weeks ago at Total Wine, and I realized it was in a 6-pack.
Peter, say when. I want to say who. Who? No, I don't think I did not.
Okay, because they had a decent amount of it then.
Yeah, click on the link there if you want to read even a little bit more. It's got a lot of tasting notes and things. Lagunitas, I know they have been bought out, but for the most part, every time I have still bought some of the things that I have been familiar with, including this one, because truth be told, Keith brought over the 6-pack last week. They weren't going to sit there. I've already had, this will be the 4th one that I've had now.
Oh, you've already had one?
I've already had 3. I had one.
I would have brought one of mine over.
I haven't had immediately that day. Well, maybe I'll buy another 6-pack before next week.
You'll have to get it from,
wait, do you have any left?
Not from Trader Joe's.
No, you're out?
They're all gone.
Oh, no. Yeah. Damn it.
And it did not ship this week, so that's why I was asking you if you saw it at Total Wine.
Okay. I did not. I thought I'd only had 2, but I must have forgotten one. Because all of a sudden I went now and I reached and I was like, I've only got 2 left.
Maybe your wife?
No, she hasn't been drinking beer really that much.
All right.
It's pretty much only the whiskeys and the bourbons and things. She goes through phases every once in a while. All of a sudden she'll be like, whenever I don't have a lot of good beer options, or like beer that's not like giant brewery like Bombers and stuff, that's when all of a sudden she'll be like, what do you got for a beer right now? I'm like, fuck. Like, that is not what I thought you'd ask for. Can I make you a mixed drink or a cocktail? No, what do you got for a beer? You got
So it was weird last year at the store with this one. We didn't start getting it in until I would say June or July, because I remember at that time saying, "Hey, we just got Waldos in. Do you want some?"
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if you took any at that time.
I don't think I did.
And I bought a 6-pack of it, and it was already that. This is similar to like the 120 in that it ages fine. It just the profile just changes quite a bit.
Yeah,
it's still drinkable, I think, as it gets older. But like right now,
God, I haven't had a 120 in forever. That really makes me want a 120.
Has those higher notes. Look
what you did there. You did that on purpose.
Unintentionally. But it's actually kind of scary drinkable though, I think.
I still really like this one. Like I said, I had one the other day. As soon as you brought over that 6-pack, I think it was the next day I had one. I had put it in the fridge.
Oh, I would have brought one over that. I didn't realize you. I haven't had one yet. So.
Did you buy a 6-pack already?
I did. Yeah.
Right, you want to sell any?
Yeah.
How much you want for them? I'll pay you double.
$20
for one.
No, for 4. No,
I was like, for the 6-pack, I'd almost consider it.
For the 6-pack. Yeah, I'll share.
He always buys extra just to try and resell them back to me, make a profit. This bastard.
Can't get it anymore.
Orca, it's good to see you. Fast. Sorry, I didn't say hi to you earlier. Orca, it is wonderful to see you. hopefully you're having a good evening. Yeah, no, I still really like this beer. Like, again, it is not, is it as complex as, and, over the top as some of the hazy IPAs and other things we have? No, but it is it's, I don't know, it's going to sound silly, but it's almost like a flavor memory where it's like, oh, there's that one.
Yeah.
Like, is this the best one of a triple IPA style? I'm like, no, I don't even know if triple IPAs in general, like, are styles I really seek out.
Right.
Now you don't even like the shameless plugs. Damn it, Guardian Down. The bot can only do so much. Because it's usually hazies and doubles and things like that. Like, once you hit the imperial, like, other than like the Oregon Lots ones from Tombstone,
right.
they do the triples and they do some of those bigger ones like that. I don't have a lot of triple IPAs in general, but I like this one.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about the 120. I'd actually like to find some of those again.
I
remember when HJ and Chad at some point accidentally bought like a 4-pack of those. Did not mean to buy it, but I don't know if you still have any of those. We should share one of those sometime.
It'll definitely go into that sweeter.
Well, see, I like that though too.
Yeah,
I know you don't though, right?
Not nearly as much as when it's fresh, but it's been so long since I've had one of those. I would like to going to find one of those on draft. That'd be a treat. I wonder if they're not making it anymore. I remember that time a few years back, walking into Total Wine and like the shelf I was like, I've never seen this.
I know, and I should have bought some then too. At the time, I think I still had some and was just kind of like, eh. They used to say like,
look at that article from one is from 2003. 2020. Okay.
Oh my God.
Aged in Utopia's barrels.
Oh my God. 8-barrel aged 120-minute IPA.
Wow.
Dear Lord. That would be a treat and a half.
Oh, it's okay. With Sam Adams. Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's
right.
Utopia.
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
17% ABV. Oh
Wow.
my God. When is this article from?
What's 2023? So.
Oh, is this?
Yeah. 2023 releases.
Well, that's just their. Oh, it wasn't. Damn it. When did that come out?
Yeah.
That was a worldwide style you did it with. Don't think. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what that was. I just remember you like buying that because you saw like, and all of a sudden you got, and you'd bought them before. You just kind of like, and then also you got there like that'll be $40 or whatever it was because they're like $10 a piece. Release, it just says occasional.
Whatever the
Original
hell.
release date 2023. When?
Yeah. Whatever the hell we want to.
Yeah, those were always.
You big tease.
I have not had I would take any kind of 120-minute I could get. Maybe they didn't do. Oh, see, 2023 releases, unless it just hasn't come out yet. No, this must be all because that's
the release calendar.
Pumpkin. Oh, thank you. Wait,
a little farther down. There you go.
Okay, looking right now. 90-minute sequence. Oh, should be any time now.
Oh, April, May, June. Okay. All right.
Anybody can find a Utopia barrel aged 120-minute IPA. Be eternally grateful. I have not had a lot of Sam Adams beer. Like, even before the purchase, like I liked Sam Adams, but it was definitely like I picked Sam Adams. I liked Dogfish stuff, but I picked my spots.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, with Stone, like they really hit a certain wheelhouse with me where I liked all the different things they put out, all the unique things, in modern times and a lot of those different ones.
We did a lot of Dogfish.
We did.
On.
We didn't always, like I said, for me at least, I didn't always, there were some things I loved.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the 90-minute was good. What was they
had the 61-minute, which was with Syrah grapes. They had the Miles Davis one.
Let me grab, hold on. I can't remember the name of the beer that I bought from Stone, but it involves grapes. So let me grab it.
Grapes.
Just so I can show it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I remember because I for some reason recently at our website I went through and I did a search and I was like, oh my God, we did do a lot of Sam Adams, a lot of Stone, but those were the things that were big, especially the late aughts and early teens. Those were big beers, big breweries. So I think we did we tried a 90-minute somewhat recently, but Andrew has returned.
Well, we need to have this one next week because I keep talking about it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So next week when we do our drafting drafts, Tombstone Hop Wrangler triple hopped amber lager.
Okay.
Some things in there I
Amber-
should love. Some things in there I'm not
amber
excited
and
about.
lager.
And I know.
Okay.
So
Patio
Stone Brewing
Magic?
Patio.
Oh, patio.
Stone Brewing Patio Magic Double IPA. Double IPA ale brewed with white grape skins and sweet orange peel.
Sweet.
Sweet
orange peel.
A botanical double IPA. Let's see. Let's recommend basking in the over this double IPA. Phantasm, a unique brewing ingredient made from New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc grape skins, transforms into tropical and citrusy aromas during fermentation. Plus, there's actual citrus in the form of sweet orange peel. Add an unprecedented trio of hops: Mosaic, Southern Aroma from South Africa, and 843, a Stone-sponsored experimental variety from HBC Hop Brewing Company. I know that's so. We could even try
Sounds
that one
good.
next week. I can try and hold on. I can try and hold on to that one.
If you don't, it's understandable. But it'd be good to find something that maybe is like a draft nitro, since we're doing draft. We're draft on the draft.
Yeah, what do you
day,
think
so
that would? So probably like 120-minute Utopia barrel aged.
That'd be great. Draft. Ooh, if I could get it, and if you did find it, get a crowler, that would be draft.
Oh, that
It
would
would
be
have
good.
been
We
it would
could
have
get a crowler
originated.
of something.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll have to do some research.
You still need to do some picking, right? Are you going to go out and do some beer searching?
I do
before-
need to do some beer searching. I will be nearby Caps and Corks tomorrow, or I'll do Tap and Bottle perhaps on Saturday. So, yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll probably do Saturday unless I do tomorrow evening. Do you have something in mind you're going to be looking for at all?
No.
Like anything? No.
We'll just look for some general deliciousness.
Now in cans, Sequench Slightly Mighty Local IPA. Citrus Squall. What's that?
I don't know.
Namaste. Wait, what holiday? Tax deadline 420? It's the second
420.
one. The second one.
Wait a
Krill-
minute, you've missed it.
Krill, it's good to see you. You almost missed it.
I think you missed it.
Hope you didn't miss tax day.
Yes.
That would probably be the more important one not to miss. At least here in the U.S. Yeah, it's so funny. Like, yeah, I guess whenever I think of Dogfish, I always just think of, you know, certain ones that we specifically like consistently that I would buy, the pumpkin and the 90-minute and those
Right.
kind of things. And then there was like all these weird ones that were like, they kind
Some
of
that
were
were
very
really
hit
crazy.
or miss. Like,
Yep.
you know, there was like there
Yep.
was like that one with the bee honey or something that was like
The one that they like chewed up and
there
spit
was
back
that
out.
too. There was like that Peruvian one.
Yeah,
that
there was
they
there was
did.
different stuff like that. But I liked and I'm assuming he's still part of that whole operation. But I was like, you know, listening to Sam Calagione or whatever.
Calagione.
And he I don't know, he just seemed like he'd be a cool guy to know.
I don't even know how to spell his name.
Still alive. I think there might be another I in
I
there.
know, but Google will
Okay.
figure it out.
All right, they'll figure it out. There we go.
What is he doing now? Greenfield Native helps run the
Okay.
second largest brewery in the country. Since
Yeah.
in Boston, there's symbolism in the fact. Okay, so
Oh,
he's still
there, yeah.
He's still there.
We went to. I know you were
He
talking.
walks in, asks for them to hand him a paycheck, and he walks the hell out. Skunky weed beers, really? Oh my! We did do the first one was definitely going for skunky weed
right.
stuff. It was good. It was a little
Yeah.
on the drier side. We've had some better ones
Yeah.
of that type of beer. This one has just been made around this day
For
in
years.
particular, and has been made for years, and
Yeah.
is very good. I think, like I said, it's
Yep.
on the sweeter side, maltier side, but yeah, I really like this one still.
We had a night, and I know you were talking about Dogfish Head, but we went to a Sam Adams like brewery pub when we were in Boston. Actually, it was in a really cool area, and we did a flight and had some really good things back there. Almost 2 years ago now.
Where
but
was that?
in Boston at a
Oh,
Sam Adams.
that'd be nice.
Yeah, it was. They had some things on the menu that were. I think one was like
They had an
it was like a
Oktoberfest or something like
barrel-aged-
that?
Yeah,
Or
it was
a-
like an Imperial Oktoberfest.
Oh,
or
okay,
barrel-aged
but something
Oktober-
a little extra too.
a little-
Okay,
yeah, yep, that was good. I may have taken a picture of the menu. It's funny looking back through my pictures I told you I was like deleting stuff off my phone to clear up space.
Pictures of your son when he was younger, things of that nature. You don't need anymore.
Like
it's like, oh God, no. It's like, wow, Keith, you're callous as hell.
I've got some menus of like, of beer menus for my different events, different times we went out. But yeah, right. I didn't need these pictures anymore. I live in the now.
live in the now, man. Oh my God. And it's too funny. All right. Well, next Thursday, Sam Adams tour is good. Did you actually take?
We
like,
didn't
a tour?
do it. No, we weren't at like the brewery or anything. It was like a pub, a brew pub, or and it
Sam
was
Adams
neat outside.
Was it in
area.
Rehoboth? No, I don't know.
Is it what?
I don't know. Where is it? Oh, that's actually Dogfish. It's like in Rehoboth or something like the Rehoboth Beach. Rehoboth Beach. Oh, Melmahay.
And Melmahay. Yeah, so we're gonna do draft. Well, probably won't be an actual draft. Maybe there'll be a draft beer if we're lucky enough to find something.
If we're lucky enough to find something that actually was drafted into a can, I suppose, something like that. But yeah, so we'll probably be doing mostly beers, I would think, next week. We already talked about that one. I've literally put it in the fridge so we don't forget about it. We'll have to do that one from Tombstone because it's about to get too old where we might even not.
Well, unless you drink it tomorrow while you're
no, I'll probably have a Waldos. Or I might have that cider since you were kind enough to bring over a second cider.
I did.
Honestly,
I brought over an extra one for
unless that leaves as you walk out the door. Else it's like,
oh, no.
I swear there was a cider over here.
No,
it's
that's
gone.
for you.
It's gone.
That's for you.
But yeah, like I said, no, we'll definitely have that one. I'll try and hold out on the Stone one because that would be kind of fun. Unless I see other things when I go out this weekend, like I'll try and also be thinking of that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll be side monitoring things going on in the NFL draft next Thursday. Obviously, because currently the Bears have an early pick, but it's always interesting seeing what everyone goes for, what quarterbacks will be taken. At least I am interested in
Stroud
that
and Young and all those. Yeah,
that's
see who's going. See why the Panthers traded with the Bears for the number one pick.
I know.
Who did they covet?
I'm honestly glad we got anything. And the only reason I say that is because like none of the quarterbacks seem that great. Like next year seems to be the year if you wanted a quarterback. A lot of
people like Bryce Young.
I guess if you want a quarterback that's like 4 feet tall.
Yeah. 5'8", 150 pounds.
It's always funny. And I had a conversation actually with Jay at some point. And I was just like, it's when people are like, they make a comparison and they're like, well, but he can be, they'll compare you to somebody and they're like, that's 1 out of 1,000. Like when you're like, and it's like, well, Russell Wilson did Russell Wilson was like, he was also kind of the team and the scheme he was in,
right? Which
is a lot of quarterbacks and stuff like that, but he was that. And then on top of that, it's like, well, he's 1 out of like 1,000. Give me the usual prototypical 6'2", 6'3" quarterback, 200 some pounds. And let's start there. Don't like go for like the one, like, well, one time this guy worked out and he's compared to him. So let's go for it. Right. It's like, that's who your number one pick is. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I saw actually a lot of scuttlebutt of people talking about, speaking of that too, of moving, trading 49ers, trading one of their quarterbacks.
How many quarterbacks do they have? Well, they have Trey Lance.
That's the one that they're saying actually
and
trading
Purdy.
Him. Yeah, that they would keep him.
Okay.
But they would trade Trey Lance like they were saying like the Raiders could come calling. They said
what would you get for Trey Lance? A 5th round draft pick?
You'd have to get I don't think they would do it unless they got a lot more. You'd have to be.
They
were talking about the Texans actually like making like that switch.
Yeah, okay. No.
I mean, I would be more interested in Trey Lance than the other quarterbacks involved in the draft. Again, still not super excited, but I'd be more excited about him than.
He just seems very fragile.
Fragile.
That's like with Lamar Jackson. It's like,
they made him another offer, didn't they?
He's good, but the last 2 years he's missed a lot of games at the end of the season, and I wouldn't want that. So anyway, good thing I'm not an NFL GM.
Yeah, we would be absolutely terrible.
We'll let the professionals handle that.
We will let the professionals handle all of that. Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right. Well, we're going to drop out of here. Give me a second to find someone who will go say hi to.
Who are we going to say hi to? Lucky? Is Lucky still on?
He is. You want to raid Lucky? Is that who you want to choose? Is that who you're choosing?
It's up to you.
Is that what you're saying?
I know you like Jav. I know you like...
if you're saying Lucky, we can always go say hi to Lucky.
Who was it that spoke French the other day?
That was Aurora. We could go say hi to Aurora. She was on. I don't know if she's still on right now. Maybe. I don't see. I think actually she may not be. Lucky is. Do you want to say hi to Lucky?
Might as well. He says hi to us enough.
You seems like you want to say hi to Lucky. We can do that.
Do we have any subs? Can we sub to Lucky Brand? Or no, I don't know.
Lucky Brand Jeans. I'm floating on a perpetual cloud 9 with new owners coming into Washington by Dan Ding Dong. Is that true? Has that actually happened?
I think they have been sold. Yes.
Did they get? Is that which group got that? Was that sold to? Krill, you've got a couple minutes, like a couple seconds here as we finish things up.
They have, I believe, yes.
Who did they get?
I don't know
sold
who,
to?
but
there was one that was like, didn't one of them involve Magic Johnson or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, I just know that they have been sold.
As long as they've been sold, that's a good thing. The Washington Commanders.
Go back to somebody on Dan Patrick's show was like, "Yeah, they should go back to calling them the Redskins," and he's like, "Well, they're not going to do that."
Well, that would be really ridiculous.
Yeah, but the Washington football team, I thought that was kind of cool.
I didn't mind that.
Yeah. The Commanders.
But yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, Dan Snyder was terrible.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite quotes from way back with Washington was at some point when they were just paying all that money. I think it was when he first bought the team and they were buying all these players for hundreds of I don't know how they were working the contracts or whatever. And someone was like, just because you bought the All Madden team from like 1992 does not mean you have the All Madden team now in 1990. Like he made all these for these players that used to be great 3 years ago, like just was behind.
Yeah.
And I always just remember that quote thinking that was super, super funny. But all right, well, we are going to head out. I appreciate you coming by as always. We will see you next week.
Next
Thursday. I will be on tomorrow. Josh Harris Group 76ers owner includes Okay, it does include Magic then. All right. Well, that is great news then. So on that note, yeah, we're going to hurry over to Lucky. Lucky just graduated to rank 11.
He's glowing.
Guardian rank 11 right there. He is absolutely glowing. So we will be as well when we go in there. Thank you guys for hanging out this evening. Hopefully you had a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow.
Yep.
We will both see you on Thursday next week.
Yeah, 4/27. We'll celebrate that holiday.
What is that holiday?
I have no idea.
It's draft day, apparently.
Yeah, that's it.
Good night, everybody.